attacks hit us hard. The Ingraham became a key player in Operation Enduring Freedom, supporting the USS Carl Vinson battle group and protecting the coast of Pakistan from escaping terrorists. Today, there's a great deal of pride and relief in this community.
And I'm glad they made it home safe to their families. I know family's very important to a lot of people, and I'm just glad that they made it and did what they're supposed to do and came back home.
There's a lot of patriotism right now. I feel proud to be living in the United States right now, being American.
And you are looking once again at a live shot of the USS Ingraham, a Navy frigate that was out there supporting the Carl Vinson battle group, doing some very important jobs out there off the coast of Pakistan. They boarded a lot of ships out there searching for al-Qaeda terrorists who were possibly escaping from Afghanistan in the early weeks of the war. And again, the boat's been in port here for about an hour or so. Most of the families have already had their reunions. We know a lot of them head home to celebrations and parties. A lot of them head to the various restaurants right down there at the port. It's a beautiful sight to see. We will have a full report tonight on KOMO 4 News at 5 and 6, and be sure to check our website for even more facts on those proud battleships and carriers that did such a great job for us in the last few months. Reporting live here in Everett, Mark Miller, KOMO 4 News.
Thank you very much.
Good job, Kari.
I hope I got it. That was quick.
Love God. People teachers and people who care. Leaders and people who share. Love God. Love God. Can you tell me what makes love God? It's my face and a Good job, Kari.
I hope I got it. That was quick.
Love God. People teachers and people who care. Leaders and people who share. Love God.
your son laugh?
I'm gonna find out because I stuck my tongue out at it.
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, we got scream like that.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Bye. Say bye.
You're another movie star.
Say bye. We gotta go.
All right, bye, Carol.
Thanks, Carol. Bye.
Bye, Carol. See you Monday.
Want to do wristband?
Lucia, Blake Sutton, Reed Walker, and that's it. Congratulations, sixth graders. Well, it looks to me like the seventh grade is definitely the healthiest class. There's no question. So now watch the whole. I was honored to have Ben be the one who interviewed me. The eighth graders had to do a multimedia project, and that included interviewing staff members and writing it up and getting ugly pictures of me. And everybody else looked pretty good. I was very impressed that when Ben came in, he did all the proper things of, you know, how am I? And I was better before he came in, but he went on to say what he was doing and why, and he appreciated my time and all that kind of thing, which I thought was pretty cool. And then he began asking me the questions, and I tried to be as smart as I could, you know, give these great big erudite responses. And I thought, well, I'll have to spell this out to him. You know, I'll have to give him a little piece. And he just could remember it and wrote it all down. And I thought, wow, he's going places. Don't forget me, Ben, when you grow up, okay? So, this concludes our semester awards. We didn't have awards at the third quarter. Those are less ambitious. They have the pins and everything, but there will be the certificates and the ribbons. And I'm already got to go out and buy some more ribbons because I've got too many smart kids around here, which I totally enjoy. So, parents, thank you.
First song playing Ragtime Dusty Dove by Martha Moore.
High. He gambled away the band money at a casino. It was supposed to be used for a band trip to Italy. Jones resigned from his job at Chimacum High last week. He has to pay back the money and pay for court costs.
A takeover bid that got downright ugly at times might finally be over. Willamette Industries of Oregon has just agreed to the hostile takeover bid by Northwest timber giant Weyerhaeuser based in Federal Way. Willamette says Weyerhaeuser will pay $55.50 a share for the company. That's 50 cents more than what Weyerhaeuser's chairman has been calling his absolute final offer. Weyerhaeuser says the takeover will result in a much improved timber products company. Some critics warn that Weyerhaeuser is paying too much for Willamette and might underestimate the pitfalls of a major merger like this. No problems getting across Puget Sound this evening. The commute was a mess on Friday after two ferries broke down, but they're up and running again today. Temporary pilings at the Southworth ferry slip caused cracks in two different ferry boats. Those cracks were fixed over the weekend. There's still more ahead on KOMO 4 News.
A little later, a new cancer study is out on the effects of certain vitamins. Could they actually cut the risk for certain forms of cancer? More on that encouraging news at 5:23.
And the pictures are amazing, but the devastation is too much to bear for thousands of people in Congo. The latest on a volcano's deadly path coming up.
Next, all new Rosie.
Meredith Vieira.
A new View of the View co-host.
I want to rip this off and just expose my bra, but I won't. Crazy, crazy.
Plus the crazy soap life of All My Children's Cameron Matheson.
I can't watch the love scenes, never mind my mom watching.
And
I'm crafting.
doll crafting with a real doll.
It's very special.
Next time
That's what makes it so special.
on an all-new Rosie.
Tomorrow at 4 on KOMO 4.
Just because it's winter doesn't mean you and your family can't have fun outdoors. In fact, there are lots of fun, active things you can do during the Northwest winter months. Like snowshoeing in the mountains. Imagine the fresh air, exercise, and fun, all in the beauty of Mother Nature.
For expert advice on great outdoor family adventures, gear, and rentals, visit your local REI store and start making plans to get outside yourself. This message brought to you by REI, for kids' sake.
These days, there's one place where more and more people are choosing to start their day.
Good morning, America.
This is the place. Make your first choice of the day a good one.
Ever notice how a great taste can make a special moment even more special? How it can add to life's simple pleasures? Give you moments of quiet bliss. Private selection, everything premium but the price. Now available at Fred Meyer.
Make 2002 a great year underfoot with new flooring from Carpet Exchange.
Carpet Exchange offers all the great names you know and trust, like carpet from Mohawk, Stainmaster, Wear Dated, and Shaw.
Great laminate and wood flooring from Pergo, Mannington, and Decades. Vinyl from Armstrong, plus ceramic tile, and much more.
All at the Northwest best prices with no payments and no interest for 6 months, and professional, guaranteed installation.
Resolve to start the new year with new flooring from Carpet Exchange, where great floors are all we sell.
If you see breaking news, call KOMO 4 News. First for local news at pound 4444. The call is free for AT&T and Verizon wireless customers. Now, KOMO 4 News continues.
We're all one under the rubric of God, and that we should love one another, care for one another, and treat each other the same.
Just one of the many messages of hope expressed today at a march in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dozens of people met at Garfield High School in Seattle for the march that ended at the Federal Building in downtown Seattle. The city of Tacoma also held a celebration to honor Dr. King's memory. The True Vine Community Church Choir, one of many groups on hand at the Tacoma Dome today. People from all over the Sound came together for a celebration of song, poetry, and dance. This marks the 14th year Tacoma has held a community-wide event on King Day. The keynote speaker was the Reverend Dr. Leslie Braxton from Seattle's Mount Zion Baptist Church. National leaders paid tribute to Dr. King today at the church he preached at years ago. About 2,000 people crowded Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta to hear a message about Dr. King's legacy. First Lady Laura Bush was there, along with King's widow, Coretta Scott King, and U.S. Senator Max Cleland of Georgia. He said King would be pleased at the way America is pulling together since September 11th.
The time is always right to do great things. And if we're about anything today, we ought to realize that we don't know whether we're going to make it till tomorrow or not, and we better be about doing great things.
Martin Luther King Jr. would have turned 73 this year.
Police in the Congo fear as many as 30 people have been killed in a massive gas station explosion triggered by lava. The pictures show the extent of the damage. A nearby volcano erupted last week, sending lava into villages and sending people scurrying for safety. Most people have returned now, but UN officials say they're worried about the air and water quality. Aid workers are trying to get food to people burned out of their homes and villages. And there are some pretty interesting pictures today of nature right at work here in the Puget Sound area. The foothills got snow overnight, leaving a nice white dusting on houses this morning. A KOMO 4 viewer sent this picture in from Darrington, taken early in the morning. And here's another picture from Darrington. About 6 inches of snow had fallen when this one was snapped. It was the same story in Enumclaw. This was taken about 9 this morning, and I would imagine, Steve, that most of it's gone now.
Yeah, a good portion of it, but that's the sort of thing, you know,
weather in the Northwest is very variable, depending on where you live. And I know we're always sort of singing that mantra, but it's true, so you can see that snow has fallen in some areas. And once again, we are flirting with that possibility. Got to tell you, though, most of you in the next 24 hours will not see snowfall, but some folks will. And as a result, let's talk about it. Here's what's going on outside right now. What a beautiful view of the city. You're looking north from downtown. That's Belltown, just on the other side of the tall buildings there. And Seattle Center in the background, Magnolia at the top of your screen. Looks really great, doesn't it? Let's talk about what's happening out there temperature-wise. It's cloudy, 38 degrees, south wind at 10, our barometer 2973. It's rising right now. We have 83%, 85 I should say, on our humidity. Now let's look at our high temperature today. Only 40 degrees. Normal is 45. The record 62 degrees, which was set back in 1981. Now, let's take you through this. Well, first of all, look at the early warning Doppler radar and define, when we have something like showers going on. And so often I have people ask me, well, what's the difference between rain and showers? It really has to do with the distribution. If you have what we would sort of term as rain, it would be a wide area covered with rainfall. Showers are those spot situations where you have here and here and here, occasional rainfall kind of moving through. So we call those showers by definition, so that should help you out a little bit. And showers is what we have in store for you tomorrow. Anytime we look offshore and we see the clouds giving that pattern that's almost sort of a mottled look to it, that tells us that there's some cold air out there over the ocean that's going to rotate into our area. When that happens, especially if we have some cold air already in place, we have to look for the possibility of some snowfall in areas, but we also add the element of showers and sun breaks and possibly even a thunder shower, so lots going on. Tonight, we'll call it pretty much just rain at times with occasional snow mixed in, or lumpy rain, as I so often call it. We've got 34 in Seattle, 31 in Bremerton, 32 in Tacoma. On the east side, pretty much the same story. The further you get up in the foothills, so if you're on Snoqualmie Ridge or places like Darrington, Enumclaw, Lake Stevens, there you have a better chance of picking up some snowfall. As you look at those overnight low temperatures down well into the 30s, in some cases right around freezing. So tomorrow, let's just call it showers at times, perhaps even a thunder shower. You'll see a couple of sun breaks. We put more emphasis on the area between Seattle and Everett because of the convergence zone for possible snowfall. That would be later in the day. 40 in Kent, 39 in Renton, 37 in Bremerton. So you can see the daytime highs are not real conducive to having a widespread snow event. However, it is relatively cold for daytime highs. Issaquah 36, 37 in Monroe, and 33 in North Bend. In the northern counties, we keep your temperatures in the upper 30s to right around 40 degrees. A little warmer in Oak Harbor than Mount Vernon. I know they're close, but slight difference there. We've got 38 in Port Angeles, 39 in Victoria, and once again, showers and a couple of sun breaks out on the waters. You've got a small craft advisory at the entrance to the Strait of Juan de Fuca and north of Admiralty Inlet. Same story on the inland waters and the coast. So it is a time to be a little bit careful out there on the waters. Here's what's happening on the coast. Highs only around 40 degrees there. Aberdeen and Long Beach in that same range. Portland will top out at 40, Longview 40. So you can really get that sense of the cooler air that's beginning to move into western Washington. We've got in the mountains a 500-foot snow level, 25 to 29 on your afternoon pass temperatures. Certainly going to accumulate more snow for the skiers and snowboarders. And speaking of that, let's take a quick look up the mountain passes. And yep, folks are up there right now enjoying all of the snowfall. That looks like a good time out there, and that's not going to change, my friends. We're still expecting a fair amount of snow as the week goes on, in the Cascades primarily. So here's our story for tonight. We have rain and snow mixed, but primarily rain. Most folks will not see snow tonight, but that risk is there. Thus, that's why we tell you about it. It's rain and snow at times, perhaps tomorrow morning, and then into the afternoon, same story. We continue with that. So here's what's happening on the 6-day planner. Take a look here. We've got our risk of snow tomorrow, and we've got another one over the weekend. But that one over the weekend looks a little more cold. Look at that daytime high on Sunday, 34 degrees. That's getting cold enough. Okay?
Very.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted on all this and track it throughout the week. There you go.
Thank you. We have some breaking news to tell you about right now. 2 children have been hit by a car in Kent, and they suffered life-threatening injuries. They have been rushed to Harborview Medical Center. This happened at the intersection of 259th and South Central in Kent. Again, 2 children hit by a car. They are very seriously injured and are at Harborview right now. We'll continue to follow the story and bring you updates as soon as we get them. Can supplements you buy over the counter protect men from prostate cancer? That story coming up.
Also, the power of prayer helping local couples conceive.
I'm Molly Shen in Seattle. An experimental drug that promised hope in fighting ovarian cancer has suddenly been pulled from the clinical trials. The impact on patients coming up.
I love the variety. One day we have Sarah Ferguson or Carney Wilson sharing their struggles with weight. The next day, I'm using condiments to cure a cold.
Now rub it in.
You always learn something.
Elisa Jaffe and Kent Phillips, weekdays at 3 on Northwest Afternoon.
112 reasons you should be in a full house. Pot scrubber dishwasher, refrigerator with water and ice in the door, and now a Dell multimedia computer, all for one low monthly payment.
Home Harbor Homes, more home for your money.
This is Unisom Sleep Gels. It helps you sleep. This is Tylenol PM. It helps you sleep too. They both have the